was a horrible video that was released a few days ago on the internet. And when I seen this video, I said, of course, we're not going to post that to any of our, platforms at all. But it was very, very disturbing. So, there's an investigation that's going on right now by the school district and the police in Plano, Texas. And the mother of a 13-year-old boy by the name of SeMarion Humphrey, he went to a friend's house and they had a sleepover, right? This child has been bullied for a while in the school district, and the mother is making a lot of reports, and nothing was done. So one of these, and I'm using this very loosely, children decided to try to befriend this little boy and get him to come over for a sleepover. And I have a major problem with that. And I got some questions for mom because I'm a father. I have to ask these questions. And at this sleepover, they decided to call this young brother racial slurs. They decided to shoot him with BB guns. They decided to beat him in his sleep. And the worst thing out of all of that is they urinated in a Starbucks cup and made him drink their urine. And that's what the video that was shown on social media. Now, let me roll a clip of this mother and what she has to say.
When you say there's nothing you can do, what do you mean exactly? Because I gotta be honest, it seems like there's a lot of things you could do where it was premeditated and it was obvious that SeMarion was only invited for their pure entertainment.
Now, sister, if you see this video, I'm just talking to you just as your brother and as a father. What happened to your son is definitely horrible. It's a hate crime, and hate crime charges need to come out. You need to make sure, you say it needs to be a federal investigation. No, ma'am. You have to go make a report with the FBI in the hate crime division yourself. That's what black folks don't realize, is that you make a report with the police department and you make a report with the FBI when it comes to hate crimes. Hate crimes have to be investigated by federal law when you make a report. If anything, it gets the local police department to not be dragging their feet when they know the federal government is involved with that case too. Always remember, you're a victim of a hate crime. Report to local police, report to the FBI. That's what you got to do. A lot of black people ain't doing that. Now, the questions that I have just as a parent, if you knew all this was going on and this school district wasn't doing anything, how high did you take it? Did you take it to the superintendent of schools? Did it go up that high? If nothing happened there, did you get any kind of legal counsel? Who were the ones that was bullying your son? Did your son fight back in any way, shape, or form? Or did he just sit there and take it? When it comes to the house that your son went to, first and foremost, if my child isn't having a good experience, I'm not letting my child go to nobody's house. Number one, did you know these people, sister? Did you go to their house many times to see kind of how they live? Did you know who the parents were and how they live and what's their thoughts? How they think about black people? Yes, you definitely got to find out how people think about black people. Because let me tell you something, we was always told you don't go to them folks' house because you don't know if one of them coming there, the daddy, the mama, or the uncle, cousin, whatever, could be in the doggone, clan or something, and your child in that house. And now since your child in that house, they want to take advantage. Now, obviously, you see these little devils is being raised by somebody to be calling them racial slurs, shooting with BB guns, and beating him and making him drink their urine. No child comes up with that kind of devilment. That devilment is taught. Now, I'm not blaming you for what they done, but my issue is, why did you allow your child to go to them people's house? You wasn't told growing up anything? And see, these new black parents don't teach their children anything. I'm not blaming her for what happened, but as a parent, it's our job to think 10 to 20 steps ahead when it comes to ourselves and our children. As a parent, I don't allow my daughter, my 6-year-old, to go sleep at no strange people's house. I don't know them people. Now, if they want to come over here and with me and my wife here, and my wife, she works from home, so she's always here. But if it's not with me and my wife, then no, it ain't happening. We'll meet you at a place, land, a restaurant. We're not gonna drop you off either. We're gonna sit right there. We're not gonna be playing with you, but we're gonna sit where we can see you. Oh no, we don't just leave our children anywhere. We never made that kind of practice. And another thing, I'm not gonna let my 13-year-old son grow up and not know how to defend himself. That's not gonna happen. Ain't nobody gonna be bullying my kids. Now listen, I'm not telling you to teach your kids to be a predator, but I'm teaching you, I definitely taught my children not to be weak. I refuse for my children, male and female, not to be weak, because bullies prey on the weak. You must teach your children how to defend themselves, enroll them in karate, enroll them in taekwondo, enroll them in boxing, kickboxing, something. I've seen a video of Mzungus teaching their 4 and 5-year-olds how to shoot guns. That's interesting they do that. But I'm not telling you to go do that much. But I'm telling you, a lot of that stuff is rooted in fear with them. But I'm telling you is at least, he could defend himself, because you may not always be around. Now, as black people, we got to understand that in the society that we live in, white supremacy is taught. It's not, nobody's born thinking like that. It's taught. So why do you want to put yourself in a position where that can happen? Listen, my little son gonna be at his family house or some little brother in the community, but he's definitely not gonna be at their house. No. I'm sorry, no. It ain't happening. 'Cause I don't know you like that. And they said that he befriended them, for 1 month. And in the minds of most normal people that's thinking, like, how did they come up with to do that in 1 month? Listen, I know how they came up with it. They raised to be little devils, and evil plots and plans to try to destroy the righteous people. That's what evil do. And you can't allow. Listen, 1 month ain't long enough to do no sleepovers. Sorry. Listen, I don't know them people like that. My child say, I want to go over there. You ain't going nowhere. I don't know them people like that whatsoever. It's your job as a parent to know where your child going to lay their head. You need to be there. And if you can't be there, listen, you can come over here, but you're definitely not going over there. Sorry, it ain't happening. I hate to hear this story. I hate this happened to this young brother, because it is traumatizing. To be racially terrorized, it is traumatizing. No human being should be terrorized like that. None. And as long as you live in this wicked land where evil is good and good is evil, you're going to endure that. I had just done an interview with a brother from St. Louis. He took his wife and his 5 children to Burkina Faso. And he said that he's never felt at peace like he felt in Burkina Faso. He said he ain't got to walk around no gun no more, worrying about anything. He said he's at peace. As long as you live in this land, you're going to be looking at the devil himself. So we got to move accordingly, brothers and sisters. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the situation with this particular story. Parents, please protect your children at all costs. And once again, sister, if you see the video, I'm not blaming you for what happened. I'm not saying you the cause of what those devils done. But what I'm saying is, I just have a lot of questions as a parent. And those of you who are parents in the comments, let me know what you think.